Are we on? Hello? Hello?
It's time for Two Guys and a Beer. Sit back and join the guys as they turn up a cold one and talk about sports, politics, and current events. Nothing fancy, just two politically incorrect guys who aren't trying to change the world or get rich quick. They're just here for the beer.
Yeah, we're on.
Good. Good.
Hey, welcome to episode 3 of August 22nd, 2013, and we're your hosts for Two Guys and a Beer. My name is Scott,
You got Jason.
and on this episode, we're going to talk about a variety of things. We really don't have a lot to talk about that sports related today. But we're going to talk about just whatever pops in our little pea brains. Speaking of pea brains, we'll let Jason, who has the smallest one.
Yeah.
And I really wasn't talking about your brain.
Well, what are you talking about?
Well, there we go again.
What are you
with
talking about?
homophobic stuff. Let's don't go there.
You got there last time. What is the deal?
Hey, really though, let's talk about that crazy sinkhole that opens up in Louisiana. You think Shelby Stenger had anything to do with that?
Not at all.
Yeah, no, of course not. Shelby's not probably doing dynamite down there doing fishing. If you've never watched Shelby Stenger on Axemen, well, actually, he has his own show now,
The
History Channel. But he's got his own show, the
Legend of Shelby
Legend of Shelby Stenger, and I mean that guy is the bomb. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So Shelby gets on there, and he collects wood or whatever he does.
Underwater wood.
Whatever.
He does whatever he wants.
He does whatever he wants to. And it's spoiler alert, but in his new show, he goes and buys a pirate ship. Just a nuts. You ought to watch Shelby on.
Hold your tongue and say that.
Shelby Stenger.
No. Pirate ship.
Pirate ship.
Pile of shit.
What are we, 12?
Pirate ship.
What else you want to do? You want to flash the neighbor, moon the neighbor right there. Just show him your ass.
No.
Don't do that. This is my house. All right. So, that's crazy, though. Did you see the video? 24 acres just swallows those trees up. What's going on with all these sinkholes around here?
We watched it together. You just asked me if I saw the video.
I don't know if he was paying. Listen, this is radio.
I said, stop. I want to see that video. Well, yes, I did watch it. If you're asking me, yes, I did see it. It's crazy. That tree went underwater in a matter of about 4 seconds.
Obviously, then you wasn't watching the same one because there's like 30 trees that went under in 4 seconds.
It's this big-ass tree is what it looked like.
You must have already had your...
it's sinking up like a fat girl eating a hot dog. I'm talking about just...
There you go again with the fat jokes.
I never made a fat joke. Ever.
Never.
Where was that? Was it Louisiana?
That was in Louisiana. And then there was one in Florida just a week or so ago that swallowed the whole resort.
Where at?
I don't know. Somewhere down in Florida. I saw it on TV. But, with the rain that we've been getting lately, you would think that there wouldn't be anything. You'd think the ground, that's what happens. Groundwater depletes. The limestone caves collapse. If there's no water, that's basically how, supposedly, in the ground.
Can you imagine being in a boat? Next thing you know, like you see a tree collapse and go just straight into the water.
Yeah, no, I don't want to be.
What do you do in that situation?
You
pray.
You give your heart to God. Yeah. You reach down and kiss your ass goodbye because you're pretty much done. You're toast. And speaking of God, let's talk about this guy.
Whoa. This guy who?
Tony
You're talking about the man
Yale.
upstairs?
No. Tony met him, I guess. Tony Yale is from Ohio, somewhere, I don't remember exactly the town, West Carrollton, Ohio. And his wife's a nurse. She wakes up in the middle of the night, early in the morning, 4 a.m., and she says she don't know why she woke up. God must have woke her up. And she realizes that her husband, Tony...
She probably had to pee.
Whatever, but she realizes her husband, Tony, is not breathing right.
Now, here's how you really know she loves her husband.
She checks his
She
breathing.
checks his breathing.
Just like a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he breathing? Is he breathing?
But
And
the guy has no history of heart disease. So I'm thinking the same thing. Why do you check his breathing? What is he, a baby? You just worried about him? She looks over there, he's blue? I don't know.
I mean, she looks over.
If he looks like a
must be
Smurf, he's not breathing.
He's a snorer. That's what it is.
Maybe.
He's not just.
You deducted that.
Yeah.
You are the deductor.
Basically, I'm Sherlock Holmes.
You know, but I'm not Watson. No, I'm Sherlock. You're Watson.
Dude, I'm Maverick. You're Goose.
Hey, I set that up for you. I knew you was going to get it. And obviously,
we know who was Goose.
Yeah, we know who was Goose. All right, but anyway, realizes he's not breathing. She calls 911. She starts CPR on him, calls her son in, and they do CPR on him.
And that, again, is how you know she loves him and he has no money.
Yeah, he has no life insurance policy. I mean,
Because I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I love you to death.
Yeah, but you know, he's like.
But if I wake up, I'm not checking your breathing first off. And
checking my breathing. You don't give me mouth to mouth.
No.
Oh, I'm dead.
You're a goner.
Dead.
Don't you have an insurance policy?
No, you're not named in it. Just trust me on that. So. But anyway, he's not breathing. She carries it. The ambulance comes and gets him. They rush him into an emergency room. Cardiologist comes in and they start working on this guy. And a little bit later, they tell him, they come back out and tell the family that he's gone and he's not going to make it.
He's going where?
He's going to the great beyond. He's going to Disneyland in the sky, and his wife is heartbroken, of course. But his son's like, no, he's not dead. He can't be dead. He goes in there. They've got all these tubes in him, you know. And I don't know if you've ever seen anybody that's died, but when you go in the hospital, and he doesn't have a pulse, and his heart's not beating. All right. So that's the clinical version of dead. Now, they hadn't hooked any electrodes to his brain, but so his son points over at him and says, "You're not dying today, Daddy." The preacher's in there with him. They're all, you know.
Wait, so they were
crying.
in the room with the dead guy.
With
So
Tony,
no heartbeat,
no heartbeat, no breath,
no
pulse.
breathing. So his brain might have been still functioning. But if there's no oxygen pumping through his body, his brain's dying. Brain can only
I'm just saying, this is 45 minutes. Now, you've always heard, and I've always heard, 4 minutes is the limit. 4 to 8 minutes, and you got brain damage.
You're done. So does he have brain damage?
No, this guy's actually more intelligent than you. Yeah, he might have some brain damage now that I think about it.
That wasn't funny.
Hey, it was funny. It was funny. So.
I thought it was kind of funny.
Yeah, well, anyway. But 45 minutes later, when his son is in there, he's like, "You're not going to die." He points at him, and he just says, "You know, you're not going to die." But he turns around to walk out the door, and the preacher says, "Wait a minute." He just took a breath.
Beat, beat, or he took a breath.
Or his heart's beating. Maybe he heard the beat, beat, but his heart beat. Next thing you know, they get the cardiologist, get everybody in there, and he's alive. And they have him on TV this morning. He's doing the rounds on TV, and this guy looks. I mean, he talks fine. His cardiologist says, in 20 years, that he's never heard anything like that. Never seen anything. Nothing, and doesn't know any colleagues have seen it. The guy's name is Raja Najir. That's the cardiologist. Imagine that. No, you're talking about the name, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Raja. There you go again with your stereotypical comments. Anyway, but isn't that crazy? I mean, here's the deal. You hold me out for 3 days, I might wake back up, okay? That's the deal you got to make with me. I don't care if I start stinking a little bit. You just hold me out for 3 days.
20 minutes.
you throw me in the casket. Yeah. You know, back in the day, though, it used to be so prevalent, they would put bells in caskets.
Yeah.
So you could ring it.
It would be above the ground. Yeah.
Of course, that was before embalming. They didn't embalm a lot of people.
You know who had a fear of that?
That was Alabama Graham Bell. Yeah.
Well, you know who had a fear of being buried alive? Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh, Poe, right. Yeah.
That's why a lot of his stories involve somebody being buried alive.
Did you learn that in that high-priced college that I sent you to?
He also had a fear of older women and people that weren't related to him. So,
That must be why Poe had a lot of good poems that we all like, because they say you have to be a tortured soul to be able to write that kind of stuff.
Quote.
Yeah, yeah. So,
That's crazy.
Celine Dion's house is up for sale down in Jupiter, Florida. She probably put it up for sale because of the sinkholes. She's only asking $72.5 million.
So while the rest of us struggle, she's like, "Here, buy my $80 million house."
Yeah, well, 72.
We got 7 bathrooms with gold shitters.
Yeah. Do you think she's got a theater room in there?
About 3.
Probably a theater. Probably a full-size theater.
Yeah, who is she married to?
She's married to a producer up in Canada. They make pretty good-looking babies. I've seen it,
Wait. How old is the baby first? Don't answer that damn question. Don't answer that question. Don't answer that. But I mean, $72 million. Here's the thing. What would you do if you had $72 million? Would you?
I wouldn't buy Celine Dion's house. That's what
Of course not. But $72 million. First thing you go do. You want to know what I do?
Yeah. What would you do?
Buy a lot of cocaine and strippers, and maybe head to Las Vegas with a wolf pack.
Yeah.
Just saying.
And that would be pretty much the end of you. That would be
Probably.
Yeah.
And then you would get $68 million.
No, you'd wind up. You'd have some stripper out there that married you.
She's not a stripper. She is a nice lady.
She's just a single mom. She's supporting herself.
$72 million.
I know, it's crazy.
Who's got $72 million to buy a house?
The amount of money in this world just blows me away. And I understand because it's not here. I mean,
It's not here.
It's not in my little town.
$72 million.
Speaking of my little town, what kind of what movie you want to see? What's the latest movie you really have to get your?
All right.
Get
But
your eyes on?
are you talking about out in theaters? Or
Yeah, out in theaters. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I heard Meet the Millers is funny as shit.
Meet the Millers.
Meet the Millers and
Is that We're the Millers?
Oh yeah, we're the Millers. Sorry.
Yeah.
not Meet the
Okay.
Millers.
So what is We're the Millers about?
It's got Jennifer Aniston. She's a stripper.
She's a nice girl.
Well, no. Well, she's it's about like drug importing or something, and then you get a family. He's trying to get a family, and then he brings them across the border, and then they bring the drugs back, and they're supposed to look like an all-American family. But he puts them together like he's not. None of this is his family. They're just all people. See, look, stripper, drug dealer.
And by the way, in case you know what he's doing, he's not references. This is radio. Nobody can see this. We're looking at it on the website. He's pointing to different people.
They figured that out. They're smart people.
They're not. They're no. Trust me, I used to work in radio.
People.
They don't know what you're talking about. That's like if I ask you a question and you shake your head.
Ask me
they're
a
not
question.
going to hear.
Ask me a question.
They're not going to hear
Ask me a question.
the marbles rolling around in your head.
Do it. Let's see. Let's test this theory.
I just asked you a question. It was silent. See, that's what I'm saying.
Let's see how verbalized. See, look at there. Look at there.
Look at there. Look at there. All right. So we're the Millers.
We're the Millers. I want to see that. And
hey, does your phone keep vibrating? I mean, what are you getting?
no, that's my rabbit. Yeah, that's my phone vibrating. Do you want me to turn it off?
Well, I mean, it keeps rattling the.
I'll turn it
put it
off.
on put it in your pocket if it's going to vibrate. Put it in
The
your
ladies be texting me.
Well, I'm sorry. And speaking of that, go check out our website at www.twoguysandabeer.com. That's spelled TWO, twoguysandabeer.com. And if you want to follow the show,
I think you really do think they're morons.
if you want to follow the show on Twitter or make a comment on Twitter, use the hashtag #2guysandAbeer.
Hey, and don't forget to tweet me or follow me, Cochran_Jason. Get my followers up.
Hey, and I'm Dixie Ryder.
Spell that out, because they might not know how to spell
Hey, it's
that.
DIXIERIDER. So show us some
He
love.
met a
Go to-
stripper one time named Dixie. let me give you a backstory since you might not know this.
Yeah, and go to our Facebook page and like our Facebook. And what is this with the Facebook page? All our followers, all our Facebook fans are my friend. You've got 2 of your friends on there, and that's it. One of them is your boy Jason Carter, which he's probably just as much my friend after that night down there at Savannah Smiles.
Here's the thing.
But
Your friends still are on Facebook. My friends are no longer on Facebook because your friends took it over. Here's the thing. You gray-headed, geriatric, geritol old people do nothing but play games and send us young folks game
requests and game
requests. And y'all know more about it than we do. Y'all we
just
can put them in this category, and they will never see that I went out to a strip club last night with 2 of my old buddies.
Whatever, dude. Just get some of your friends on there. We need to get the Facebook fans.
Hey, my friends are listening to it.
Nobody's ever going to take us serious. Hey, and we appreciate everybody's listening to us so far. I mean, we're closing in on 60 listens. That's pretty awesome for first couple of shows. Our goal is to get to 500 listens.
Our goal is 1 million.
I'm just saying the first goal is 500 listens. All right, so Meet the Millers. Is there anything else that in playing that we really should see? I mean,
that movie Lovelace, is that out on DVD or is that Lovelace? You know about the deep throat lady.
And why'd you do your hands like that?
I mean,
see, they can't see it again.
I know, but I was showing you the deep throat lady.
Linda Lovelace, yeah.
Linda Lovelace.
Yeah, you know that was.
It's got Amanda Seyfried in it.
You know they said that was a seminal movie. Now, of course,
like an Indian movie.
I don't know.
It was a Florida State movie.
It was a Florida. Those guys down there, they all suck. What are you trying to say? No, they say Deep Throat was a movie that changed porn industry because it was one that actually had decent acting, or it did. They said,
but
how many stars and regular people. It was one that regular people wanted to watch. I remember when it came out. I was, I don't know, 15, 16. What year did it come out?
70-something.
70-something. So. And I remember that was the big thing, trying to find a bootleg copy of Deep Throat. And I remember the day we got it. I remember the day the guy brought it, Deep Throat. Oh, you want me to say similar?
Here's the thing, she made no money off it.
No, she got nothing. I mean, she got screwed.
She sold a lot of dick for no money.
I mean, and she got screwed more ways than one. On Wikipedia it's 1972, so I was 10 years old. Yeah, 10 years old, and it had a plot, and it had high production standards, which is I remember watching that movie thinking, get to the part,
hurry up,
because
how long can I do this? How long can I do this?
There you go. It goes again with emotions. But every other porn, because I watch a lot of them.
Okay.
But every other one was like, it was like the opening credits, and then it started off with sex. So you didn't have to wait. How you doing? Let's screw.
This is how I did it. Ma'am, I'm the plumber. I'm here to lay the pipe. Penis is out. Mouth is on it.
Pretty much, you're pretty much right. So
72.
Right.
So 72.
72.
Going back to an older episode. Okay, 72, first undefeated team.
Yep.
Didn't get recognized for the president.
That's right. They got screwed.
They got screwed. And you know what? Linda Lovelace got screwed.
President
Obama should watch this movie and then call Linda Lovelace. Is she alive?
No. I think Linda Lovelace died. I really believe Linda died. Let's see.
Well, then she didn't swallow.
Linda Lovelace, let me look at her page, I believe. Yep, died in 2002. Her name was Linda Susan Borman.
All right, well, we'll send Amanda Seyfried over there, and she can get recognized by the president.
Yeah, she later, and of course, Linda later denounced the whole porn industry and became an anti-porn spokesman. And I can understand why. She really got the girls today.
They make a ton of money.
They make a ton of money. And,
but she was controlled by the mob, right?
Well, that's right. And
hey, listen, I don't want you to come break my leg, okay? The mob can stay away from me. But she was controlled by the mob.
Yeah, well, after you made that Tony Soprano joke with Aaron Hernandez, I'm sure they have you.
Hey, speaking of Aaron Hernandez, grand jury indicted him today.
Was there a surprise? Listen, I could get a grand jury to indict a potato. As a former police officer,
enough evidence to say that it's potato.
Yeah, exactly. This potato.
You don't have to have that much evidence to have a grand jury indict you.
No, not really.
A lot of people don't understand that. So explain to them what a grand jury does.
Oh, a grand jury is just made up of individuals who go in and sit in a room. And they don't know anything about the law. They're just in there listening to the district attorney tell them that why we need to try this guy. Yeah. They'll say, and there's no witness. There's no the guy's attorney isn't in there. They'll bring in the police officers. Typically, they may bring in a witness, but I have never. The only time I've seen a grand jury return a no bill. A true bill is when they indict you. A no bill is when they don't. Is when the DA don't want to indict you. Is in the case of a police officer. If a police officer is shooting and the shooting is justified, typically they take the officer in there twice because it's especially in Georgia. If it used to be, and it probably still is, if you have two no bills on a charge, you can never be charged for it again. So they would always take a police officer in there who got a justified shooting and to two grand juries. And where you got two no bills, that way it could never come back on it. That was just something they did for the police officers. But
so
that's the only
basically,
time I've ever seen that happen.
So basically, the grand jury is people sitting in the room determining whether there's enough evidence to go to court or not.
Well, they do some other things now.
Take that thing to trial.
They do the criminal thing. Criminal. That's some of that. That's some of that word.
That's a Latin word.
That's criminal.
Criminal.
They do the criminal.
Crim.
And cull, as in to remove
things. Right.
But they do that, and they also do investigations like the grand jury if you have a problem with, a public building, or maybe they investigate why people's water bills are so high. They do pretty much anything that the courts charge them to do, and that's one jury you don't want to get on. The grand jury meets every day for several weeks. So if you can get out of grand jury duty, that's what you want to get out of. So... But anyway, we're talking about movies, and you were talking about the Linda Lovelace or Deep Throat movie. So, what have you heard about that movie?
I heard it was good. I mean, this is like a biography of her life.
Inside Deep Throat, that was 2005.
Yeah, I heard this was like a really good, accurate portrayal of the things that happened to Linda. And I speak about her on her first name. She is deceased, but Miss Lovelace.
That was her stage name,
right? Well, yeah. When you said her last name was Borman,
yeah.
And then how she, went from making porn what it is today to basically, trying to get out of it, and they wouldn't let her out of it. And finally, she got out of it.
You know what? I had this conversation.
But that's why I want to see the movie, because I don't know exactly what it's.
Yeah. Get a little hit backstory. I had a conversation with somebody one time about the internet and how the internet progressed. You may be old enough to remember when there was no flash and there was very little graphics and things on the internet. So
first computer we had.
Yeah.
It was orange and black.
Yeah, nothing much. The internet had very little flash and hardly any video with no video. But what progressed the internet, got the internet to the point to where it became what it is today, was porn. Because porn was the only thing on the internet that was making any money. Because people would pay big money to get access to things that they couldn't get access to. And
when you say people, you mean you.
Well, now I don't mean me. Here's the deal. I've never paid for porn on the internet. I can say that with a straight face. You could put me in front of a grand jury, and you would not find. I'm telling you, yeah.
I've seen your nostrils flare up. I watched live.
That's because we're talking about porn, and it just my eyes dilate.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, I never paid for it online. Never did, because.
But people would pay.
But back then, what happened is the reason that porn grew it so much was fetish porn.
To like in the early '90s, late '90s.
Yes, right. Early '90s, mid '90s, all the way. The internet progressed. What made Flash so ubiquitous was all the porn sites needed Flash. They needed a way to deliver these videos quick.
And that's why the iPad. They've changed porn sites to fit the iPad.
Exactly, because Apple, Steve Jobs, was famous for not allowing porn on the iPad. That's one reason why he wouldn't allow Flash on the iPad. But what happened was in the porn industry is fetish porn. If you were a guy who needed, or a girl for that matter, who needed to see feet, or you needed to see spanking feet, something even even narrowing it down, even a more narrow focus, spanking feet. Well, you had one or two options before the internet. You would
pay a hooker,
or you'd try to find that niche magazine that was out there somewhere, but you had to hunt it very hard.
People could see you do that.
Well,
somebody could see you buy it.
Well, you couldn't buy those. You had to get those in the mail. because they didn't have there was unless you lived in a big city like New York or L.A. or somewhere like that and had a big bookstore. There was just no place to buy that kind of stuff. But when the internet came along and these sites cropped up and you could pay $10 a month to see 4 or 5 new videos a month.
Of feet spanking.
Boom. I mean, if that was your deal, you would do it. And that's what moved the internet along. That's what.
So, porn, what we know through history, moves everything.
Sex
Sony,
yeah.
Sony came out. What was that thing that Sony came out that was that? What was that thing called?
You mean the thing that died, the laser disc?
Yeah, but then VHS took over because
they had beta before that.
Beta failed because they wouldn't let porn on there.
Exactly.
And then VHS took off because they let porn on there. And then Blu-ray took off because of porn.
That's right.
And the PlayStation 3.
Exactly.
But porn chose Blu-ray over HD DVD, and Blu-ray is now
is the standard.
Is the standard.
So
porn made the internet, porn made VHS, and porn made Blu-ray. And porn made tons and tons and tons of money.
For a lot of people, and contrary to what Al Gore believed, porn invented the internet. Not
porn
Al
invented
Gore.
it.
Yeah.
Well, Al Gore watches porn, so he invented the internet. Yes,
I think,
said.
You know what?
Global warming is caused by Al Gore's house pumping out all that crap from porn.
I think Al probably watches animals have sex. He's a nature guy.
He is a nature
So he
guy.
probably watches the
Bestiality.
animals. No. You can watch animals having sex. That's not
You can watch
bestiality.
that on TV. Bestiality is when humans.
It's when you're doing it.
Well, I've never done that. Whoa.
I'm just saying that's when
You just say whatever you want to, but don't say that.
All right, so let's get off porn a minute and
Porn is such a good topic.
Well, we're about to run out of time.
You know how many people's going to be on Facebook listening to this? And
I know,
them guys know way too much
about
about porn.
We're talking about
They know
porn.
way too much about the porn industry.
You know what, though? I can tell you this. I have met a porn star up close and personal. And
whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
We didn't have, I don't know her in the biblical sense. But
in the biblical.
In the biblical sense.
Just talk about the Bible. I'm talking about
yeah,
porn.
well, I mean, I'm just saying. But I hung out with her, and she.
Let's stop it right there.
She knows me.
Stop it.
I could call her up right now and say.
But I don't want to call her. She don't know you.
I'm just saying. In my job in the motorcycle industry, you meet a lot of people, and
basically.
And I got my picture taken with her. I put that up on the website. That's right.
What's her name?
Robin Fox.
Nobody knows her.
I know her.
Yeah, but she's not a.
If
you said Jenna Jameson, like she knows me, I'd have been like, "Whoa, Tito Ortiz is gonna whoop your ass." But like,
what was Jesse James' ex-wife?
Jesse James.
Yeah, Jesse James, the builder.
Tattoo guy?
Yeah, tattoo guy, the builder.
Sandra Bullock.
No, I'm talking about his porn wife. He had. Now I met her.
There's a Jesse porn star.
I know that. I'm talking about Jesse James, the bike builder. He was married to the porn star.
That Carrie lady.
No, I think
Harry Carey.
No,
Isn't that her name? Harry Carey.
She went to prison. She went to prison for. Oh man, Janine. Yeah, that was her name. Janine. Oh shoot, Janine something. But anyway, she went to prison for tax evasion, something like that. Janine Linda Mueller.
Speaking of tax evasion, what about those 2 reality stars from the Real Housewives or from Los Angeles, Orange County? They've been indicted on like 58 charges. It's ridiculous on wire fraud, mail fraud, tax fraud, bankruptcy fraud. I mean, any kind of fraud you can think about. They've been indicted.
First off, when you say reality TV, you just committed a fraud because it's not reality TV.
No, but it's called reality because it's voyeurism. We're watching.
No, I think they started off with reality because it's like supposedly unscripted.
No. This is no. But anyhow,
they committed a fraud on
reality TV
viewers.
is Axemen, and we were talking about that earlier. That's reality TV.
That's still scripted.
But it's still reality. But what I'm saying is that we were talking about tax fraud, so I wanted to talk about current events. Current events. You're talking about something that happened 14 years ago.
I'm just saying.
Jesse James.
You wanted to know who I knew, so I told you who I knew.
But you don't know her.
I do know her. I met her.
Jesse James' ex-wife.
Yeah, I met her at a bike rally. I'm a motorcycle guy. You know, I'm editor of a kind of well-known publication here. Don't give me that look.
What look? They can't see any look.
Well, we'll hear when I slap it off your face.
You ain't about it. You ain't about it.
All right, so let's get off porn and give props to somebody that this week saved a lot of kids' lives. And
Talking about the secretary.
I'm talking about the bookkeeper
Yeah.
up in Atlanta, Antoinette Tuff. And is that a name?
Antoinette.
Tough.
Marie Antoinette Tuff.
She was, the woman was tough. I mean, you know, I listened to the whole 911 call because I heard it this morning, and she did as good as any trained hostage negotiator would do. It's only one point in the whole thing, right? It's toward the beginning when the guy's in the office. She's talking to him. She's on the phone with the 911 operator. She's talking to the would-be shooter, and he goes out in the hallway, and he's popping off a few rounds at the police, I guess, who are outside. And she says in a low voice to the operator, "Can I run?" And I don't blame her, but she had nowhere to go.
Yeah, where does she go? Where does she go?
She's in the office. She can't go out the window. That's what the
props to that lady, though.
I mean, really.
Props to that. And, you know, like we were talking about earlier today at lunch, if he had came in and saw somebody immediately and just pulled the trigger and murdered them,
it might not turn out.
Miss Antoinette Tuff would have had no chance.
It might have been. It might have been harder to talk him down.
It's one of those things where what was that guy going in there to do? How did he come in the office and didn't just start spraying? How did she start talking to him? I want to know these things. Like this is something I think
he didn't go in like Newtown. That's for sure.
Yeah, he didn't go in like that guy. Or
Virginia
Tech.
The Newtown guy killed somebody before he ever got inside.
Yeah, he killed his parents or whatever.
Well, he also killed somebody, I think, outside.
But that's what I'm saying. This guy walked in with 312 AK-47 rounds,
And speaking of that, before the AK-47 is the most widely manufactured gun in the history of gun making.
Thank you, Russia.
I'm just
way to go.
Kalashnikov.
Yeah. That's what they call the child soldiers of Africa, the Kalashnikov.
Kalashnikov, yeah.
Because that's all they carry is the AK-47.
That's it.
Lord of War.
And you know,
Lord of War.
Yeah. So
I mean, but yeah, like I said, like what was this guy? What she said? I remember you saying she said like, I know it's tough right now.
Right.
And I've thought about committing suicide.
Right.
My husband left me, and I know what you're going through. It's not that bad.
She emphasized with him. She got him to
right.
understand.
And so what I'm saying is,
I think he wanted
this
death
is
by
the type.
cop.
Well, this is the type where if you want to die,
I think he wanted suicide by cop.
Yeah, but why not go get on a cliff and have somebody try to talk you down from there? Why go into a school? Like, that's what I'm saying. It's got to be. It's got to be. That's national news because we've had these shootings. This guy. I mean, I'm not trying to make light of what happened, but from what I know, he came in there. He didn't do any kind of shooting except towards the cops. Player was probably saying, "Please shoot."
But that takes nothing away from
what she did. No, not at all.
Tough,
because she talked him down. She talked him down.
Well, I mean,
probably
the calm in her voice. That's what struck me is she had no fear in her voice until he was out of the room. When he was in the room with her, she could have been talking to a third grader.
I mean, I'm not
with authority, with empathy. I mean, it was an excellent. Everybody should listen to that.
I'm not.
I know you're not.
I'm not saying what she did wasn't incredible, heroic, very heroine, whatever. She was a heroine. She was awesome. And what she did was incredible. What I want to know is what's wrong with this guy? Why? You know what I mean? Like what? And he walks into a school with a gun loaded, with 300 rounds, and does absolutely nothing but maybe shoot at the sky, shoot at the cops, and then what I'm saying is why? How did this guy not just go in there and blow the school?
Well,
I'm glad he didn't, but
he obviously was not. He was. I think he wanted suicide by cops. She talked him out of it. I don't think
he's still going to jail for a long time.
For a long time, but I don't think murder. I don't think he was the.
He didn't want to murder anyone.
Adam Lanza.
He didn't want to murder.
He wasn't Adam Lanza by any means.
And yeah, Miss Tough. Wow.
But had he made a let's give her some
right
prop,
there.
yeah.
Let's give you some.
Because had he made a shot, had he actually shot somebody, then it would have been over.
Yeah, he's gone.
He would have gone on then. I think it would have escalated. So
Wow. I mean, you thank God on occasions like this for nothing happening, because
absolutely.
that's amazing. And you never want to see a school shooting. You never want to see any kind of shooting of mass. I don't know the word I'm looking for.
Homicide.
Yeah, homicide like that. But
homicidal maniacs.
Wow.
And what's up with that? I mean, we
I think it's just more reported. I think.
You think it's always been? I don't
think it's always been happening, but I think.
Listen,
It's more of a.
when I was in high school, we had guns. Everybody had a gun in their truck. It was
but did everybody have a?
We didn't have
AK-47,
but we had shotguns. We had rifles. I mean, we all carried guns.
That's the thing. Well, you lived in South. I mean, I used to carry my gun to school because I went hunting after school. And there were more guys that did it like the same thing. But
we just don't.
We live in South Georgia where you have a gun. Everybody has them.
You don't think about. I don't know why. We just don't think about.
I don't think it's that we don't. I don't think that people in northern Atlanta or I don't think they just have. Oh my God, a gun! We're gonna go shoot somebody. But I mean, guns here mean to me and to you went to a school similar to mine. It just means a whole lot different thing than a killing machine towards another human. It means a source of.
I mean, I got in a lot of fights in school and never once thought about getting in there and getting my gun out.
And shooting somebody.
No, I mean, I told an ass whipping. It was just the way, if I had to get beat, I got beat.
Maybe
I would
that's
wear
the
a
thing,
knife.
like Craig's dad
Like
said.
Craig said.
Like Craig's dad said.
In Fridays.
Don't know how to take an ass.
You don't know how to take an ass whipping. These punks today don't know how to take an ass
whipping. You win some,
and you lose, but you live to fight another day. Great movie, by the way. If you've never seen Friday and Friday After Next,
Next Friday, Friday After Next Friday.
Those are the best movie. Though was the first one, I think. In my opinion.
Which I like Mike Epps, but with the shooting, man, or with the non-shooting, I'm glad it didn't happen to Miss Tough. Awesome job. You're the shit, and showed some absolute fortitude there. So
absolutely.
I mean, and I like I said, I don't know what this guy was going to do, but thankfully nobody got hurt, and this lady's a hero now.
Yeah, absolutely,
absolute hero.
Absolutely. Well, listen, we appreciate you guys listening to the show this week, and listening to the show today.
One more time. Twitter handle.
Yep. Twitter handle @Dixie Rider.
@Cochran_Jason. Follow us. Tweet us.
And check out our Facebook page.
Yeah. 2 guys, 1 beer.
2 guys and a beer.
Oh, and a beer, excuse me.
Yeah.
This is our ending? This is the end?
This is it.
So we're done.
We're done. The beer's gone. I finished mine. You finished yours. And that's the rule. When the beer's gone, we're done.
Out of here.
Out of here. Remember what we say. Y'all be safe. And school
is out. Is that it? I gotta take a lead, dude. Is that it?